Welcome back. Solving equations with combining like terms is our topic for today's lesson. We're going to go through some general examples here first and then also do a couple solving for word problems here. So if you take a look in the first four examples here, we're basically just combining like terms, which we've done before. Just to kind of refresh your memory, the way that we did it before was box it, split it by the terms, and then look through and see which ones are like terms. Remember, if it's just an m, it really means one m. So we look at just the coefficients, the letters, the numbers out front. So we have 5 plus 9 plus 1. That's going to give me 15m. In example number 2, I box it. I have a 2t plus a t minus a 17t. This is a 1. Notice these t's are absolutely horrible examples here. But 2 plus 1 would be 3, and a negative 17 is going to be a negative 14t for us. When I get over here, let's try a different strategy. Let's just underline our like terms. So 3a plus 4a is 7a, and then we have a plus 2 is just our constant. Down here, next one, we have 3n's plus 7n. We have a negative 2r, a plus 9r, and then we have a minus 5. So notice I try to just mark them a little differently. Variables come first, n's would come before r's, so 3n plus 7n is 10n. Negative 2r plus 9r is still a positive 7r, and then we have that negative 5 just tagging along. In our examples, in our equations, we're only going to have one variable. So while this one has two different variables, we won't see that in our equations. So take a look at example 1. Go ahead, drop a line down the equal sign. What you need to do is combine like terms before you solve. So we have 5x plus a 3x, that's going to give me 8x equals 40. To get x by itself, divide by 8, and x equals 5. It's going to be your strategy here. Drop a line down your equal sign. Here you have 3x and a negative 7x. 3 and a 3 minus 7 is going to be a negative 4x, which is going to be equal to 36. This is married by multiplication, so you need to divide by whatever is stuck to the x so that this becomes a 1, and we get x equals a negative 9 here. In the next page in your notes, it starts to get a little bit more complicated. Here we have plus 3x, and then this minus 3. Plus 3x is 6x, and a minus 3, or a negative 3, equals 45. Notice it's now down to a two-step, which is what we want it. Trap your armadillo, plus 3. 6x equals 48, divide by 6, and x equals 8. In example number 4, we have a negative 2x, a negative 6x, and then we just have a plus 10. So negative 2x, negative 6x is negative 8x, plus a 10 equals 50. Trap up your armadillo, ditch it. So you have negative 8x equals a 40. Multiplication, so we divide by negative 8, and we learn that x equals negative 5. Take a look at example 5. I'm going to ask you to go ahead, pause the video, and do this one, and when you come back, check your answer. Go ahead, take a minute, look at your work here. You should have x equals 10 for your final answer. Over here, notice this negative 49 is on the other side here. You are welcome to go ahead and just move it like this. That is perfectly fine, and I'm going to just go ahead and do that for this round. So we have a negative 5x and a negative 4x. It's going to give us a negative 9x minus 4 equals negative 49. Armadillo, get rid of it. So negative 9x equals a negative 45. Divide by a negative 9, and we learn that x equals 5. That's the end of the straight up examples. Next part is going to be word problems.